Hello, vocational rehabilitation leaders. This is Daryl Coach D. Andrews. In November of last year, I was the keynote speaker along with my friend Shannon Austin, State Executive Director of OVR in Pennsylvania, at the Council for State Administrators of Vocational Rehabilitation virtual conference, I believe their first one. And we discussed transition motivation during a time of crisis and had a tremendous response to that keynote. So thank you for your positive feedback to our presentation. For the past 20 years, I've worked with countless state agencies, local organizations, education systems, workforce development systems worldwide to provide innovative solutions to workplace and education success. I'm the author of the soon to be released book, Equity is Not a Head Issue, It's a Heart Issue. And I'm also the author of several other books, including Reinvention, The Pathway to Job Search Success, How to Find Your Passion and Make a Living at It, The Purpose Living Teen, A Teen's Guide to Living Your Dreams, Believe in the Hype, 7 Keys to Motivating Students of Color, and The Parent as Coach, Developing a Family Dream Team. Besides the countless motivational type training and speaking programs that we've offered to our customers worldwide, we also offer strategic type systems where we provide consulting around a variety of topics. One of our more predominant topics today is our equity motivation systems. Our approach is focused on what we call the equity 3M framework, because we believe that you can't train a person to change when it comes to these topics. It has to be embraced on a personal level. So we have what's called equity conversations and equity journeys, which incorporates training, but from a different angle and perspective. With the 3M model, what we focus on are 3 things. 1 is mindset, 2 is motivation, and 3 is memorization. With the mindset, we focus on the mindset of racial or social equity. Why do we think the way we do? And really kind of dig deep into how do we shift our paradigms if our thinking in these areas are somewhat incorrect based upon a lack of knowledge, not necessarily racism or racial type things, but more of just a lack of knowledge. So we want to look at mindset, and our goal is to focus on what's called growth mindset, according to Dr. Carol Dweck's work out of Stanford University. The motivation, the second part, is about once we understand the importance of racial and social equity, then what do we do to make sure that within our organizations, within our agencies, that we are proliferating this paradigm throughout the agency, that all stakeholders are embracing, again, racial equity and social equity. And the third is memorization. And that's really, how do we weave it into the culture? How do we take what we've learned through our conversations and our journey and weave it into the culture of our operations so that all of our clients, all of our staff, and all of our stakeholders know that we are serious about racial equity and social equity. So we would love to have a conversation with you about what you're doing in your state and to see if we can maybe provide assistance. We're not saying we're coming in with a full-blown program, but if you're doing something currently, this could be a nice addition to what you're doing when it comes to diversity, equity, inclusion. And our model is really an inclusive model that is designed for people to talk about this, analyze this, and make the right decisions when it comes to the best ways to interact with our clients, to interact with our fellow staff members and our community as it relates to racial and social equity. If you're interested in having a conversation, please reach out to us for a strategy call. There's some information in this message here that I'm sending to you. And we can just have a conversation to see if this makes sense to your state or agency, and if we can possibly play a small role in assuring racial equity and social equity within your agency.